Twitter when we said that Machado may get the worst greeting, the strongest negative greeting. Former Astros probably have. It's Carlos Correa.
You know, in some stadiums they have the meter.
It's time for Dodgers baseball.
You couldn't do it.
How are you going to bring him into the locker room? Introduce him to his new teammates.
How are you going to bring him?
What's going on, Dodgers Nation? Doug McCain here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. The Dodgers, they get the dub again tonight. Their 9th straight win, 10-3 over the Minnesota Twins, and they've dominated the Twins all season long. I mean, this dominance, 24-5, is how much they've outscored the Twins today, and you really gotta love it. I mean, the fact that this Dodger team has dominated the way they had, the fact that they've won 9 straight games, best record in all of Major League Baseball. We're gonna break down this entire game. What are your thoughts on the Dodgers booing Carlos Correa? Would you ever accept him in Dodger blue? There were some rumors that had the Dodgers linked with Carlos Correa this offseason. To me, I don't think they'd ever accept him. To me, I don't think Carlos Correa should even be able to dress up as a Dodger on Halloween. But I want all your takes. Give me your takes on who's your player of the game. Max Muncy, Cody Bellinger. The resurgence continues. It's return of the Max. He continued to show that he's headed in the right direction. Really turning the corner. 2 more extra base hits tonight. A home run, a double, lots of clutch 2-strike hitting. And then we also have to talk about Julio Urias. The Urias is underrated. The underrated Urias, that's what I'm calling him, because he's not getting the love that he deserves around Major League Baseball. He continues to go out there and give you consistent starts. Tonight he goes 7 innings, allows 1 run on 5 hits, 8 punch-outs, no walks, 90 pitches. His ERA is down to 2.49 on the season. But let me know, who is your player of the game? Are you going Julio Urias? Are you going Max Muncy? Joey Gallo had a hit. We're going to break it all down. But also, just so you know, I'm looking for that comment of the night. Some questions already. If the playoff starts today, we go 11-0. This Dodger team, man, they are just the best team in baseball. There's no question about it. No debate. This is the best Dodgers team. This is the best Dodgers team, I think, in this entire era under Andrew Friedman. I don't think there's any doubt about the fact that they're the best team in Major League Baseball right now. You hear a lot of comparisons between them and those late 90s Yankees teams. Well, you see them going out there and taking care of business every single day. Julio had a hell of a night. That's from Marlon Cortez. Dodgers playing vindicated. I like that. Blue Magic. That is a contender right there. Vindicated. Hashtag win for Vin. Drop that down below in the comment section. If I get a fire take, something that's super hot, guys, like I said, you see the Jim Beam. We got some sponsors of the show now. So if I get the fire take, and you get the fire take of the night, you're going to see one of these.
Fire take.
If you get the comment of the night, you're going to get one of these.
You win.
And then after the game, maybe we can have an imaginary Jim Beam highball on me. So be sure to get those takes in there, get those fire takes, and we'll read those on the show. But let me know down below in the comment section, who do you have as your player of the game for the Dodgers? Do you think the resurgence from Max Muncy and Cody Bellinger is real? Will Smith continues to square balls, continues to hit on the screws. And I hear all this talk about the Dodgers have the best big 3 in Major League Baseball. To me, they're not a big 3. To me, they're a Fab 4 with Mookie Betts, Trea Turner, Freddie Freeman, and Will Smith. It's a legitimate big Fab 4 right there, and I think that they're just such a complete team, top of the order. There's really no let-up. There's really no let-up up and down in this order, but let's jump back into this comment section, guys. I know you guys lining that up. I'm looking for that comment of the day. I like that Blue Magic with the vindicated. So, yeah, keep bringing those fire takes. I want your thoughts on Carlos Correa as well. Let me just see what's going on here with these this right here, 1 second, guys. But yeah, I mean, here we go. Back in the comments. Somebody get the Padres a body bag. They're dead. That's from George. Bring that take. Urías player of the game. Absolutely a Fab 4. That's from Diane Schroeder. Giants got walked off. LOL. That's from Jamie Lannister. What up, Jamie Lannister? Yeah, you saw the Giants. You saw Josh Hader. They're another one of their big deadline acquisitions, and the Padres really starting to look like those Fraudres. It's looking like Sad Diego down in San Diego. Diego. And look, I mean, they just feel like they're almost like a cursed franchise, almost like they're the baseball version of the Los Angeles Clippers. And I know I got some Clipper fans down here that watch my show, so no offense, but I think you can agree with me. Even the biggest Clipper fans will agree to that. But here, Dominican duo destroyed the G-Men. That's from BC. We got D-Mac, Dodgers on fire. That's from Pound for Pound over on YouTube. Absolutely, the Dodgers are on fire right now, and you're seeing the success they're able to have on the field. If you look at this team, they're just dominating, and they're doing it, and they're making it look easy. And they're not even peaking yet. I mean, this team has not peaked. I think they're in fourth gear. I think they have some more gears to go when they get fully healthy, when they get back to full strength, when they get guys like Walker Buehler and Blake Trinan and Brusdar Graterol, Yency Almonte. The list goes on and on. There are reinforcements on the way, not to mention Dustin May, who made another rehab start tonight. He's set to have one more before he returns, and I'm telling you, Dustin Mania is coming to a ballpark near you. Tonight, Dustin May, he went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 1 run, 8 strikeouts and 1 walk on 68 pitches. So what I'm looking at when I'm watching Dustin May's rehab starts is I'm looking at those strikeout numbers, and they're definitely there. But here we go. Caleb Ferguson, a 0 ERA. That is from Calvin T. Yeah, Ferg. He did his thing again, man. I mean, give a 0 ERA. He continues to go out there and put up zeros, like you said. And it was a quick and efficient 9th inning, 13 pitches, and he struck out the side. 3 strikeouts for Caleb Ferguson. And he's a guy that really no one talks about. No one talks about Caleb Ferguson because he's just kind of eased his way back. Of course, Tommy John. And you saw what he was able to do in that inning. He gets Kepler striking out, looking on that curveball right there in the zone, but he froze him because he was looking for that fastball. He fouled off the 4-seamer on the 4th pitch, and then Celestino, he gets him swinging on a 4-seam fastball up in the zone, and then he gets Urshela swinging on 3 pitches with the 4-seam fastball. So the velo is there, the bite, the depth on that curveball is there. I love what I'm seeing out of Caleb Ferguson. Let me ask you guys that down below in the comment section. Do you guys think that he's going to be a weapon in the postseason? Think they're going to have a role for him? But here we go. I like this comment here. This is from Doom_Sal. D-Mac, Julio looked good tonight. That's from Doom_Sal. I see my man Anthony Keene always rocking with us. A loyal Dodgers Nation post-game show viewer. He says, is it going to be like the movie Blank Check when it comes to Trea Turner? And I am a big #pay Trea guy. I want to see the Dodgers pay Trea Turner, but you know better than I do, and you know just as much as I do, that the Dodgers don't give out blank checks. The Dodgers definitely have a number in mind for each and every player. They don't spend like drunken sailors like some other teams out there. You don't got Stephen Cohen, who's outbidding himself for Max Scherzer, paying $30 million more than the second best offer because they're a smart organization. Rebecca says, D-May, Carrot Top. I see what you did right there with that carrot emoji. Looking for that comment of the night. Looking for those burns, guys. Assign Trea Turner, please. We got, Trea Turner, the thought that he would lead this Dodgers organization after, to me, it's the chemistry and the success that this Big Four has. And you talk about a Big Four where if you lock up Trea Turner, you have them for at least the next 5 seasons after this year. Because, of course, you got to work out something with Will Smith at some point, too. But I think that they should consider getting a deal done with Will Smith, possibly as an extension. I really do. I think that's a move the Dodgers should consider making if I'm LA. I'm definitely considering making a move like that. But I think, you keep this team together for the next 5 years with that core, you're going to win multiple. You're going to definitely be perennial World Series contenders. You never know with baseball, of course, it is a crapshoot, but I think the idea that you got Will Smith, Freddie Freeman, Trea Turner, you add them to that list, and you're just ready to roll. You got that core intact. And look, the thing about that core, it's no nonsense. It's all business. Trust me, I've been on that field. I've been in that clubhouse. These guys are about this baseball life, and they put in the work each and every day. There is no drama. It's no nonsense. It's just complete work ethic. You're not going to have a Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis yelling at each other in the dugout situation with these guys. They're all adults. They're all professionals. And to me, that's something I'd highly consider. I'd feel good about giving Trea Turner the bag, whether it be a $240, $50, $60, $70, $80 million contract, because 1, he's dependable, 2, he's unique and dynamic. The fact that he's really a 5'6" tool player when you consider the glove, the speed, the hit tool, the ability to hit for power. Everything he does, he just changes the game. And I'm telling you, he's definitely a leader in that lockout, in that clubhouse. And you love the the Wolf of Wall Street. He is the Wolf of Chavez Ravine. But here we go. A sack fraud child signed Soto when he becomes a free agent and signed Correa next year. Justin Lamas going crazy. I like it, though. I respect it. Guys. We can have different opinions, but do you think that this Dodger Stadium crowd, after what we saw tonight, every single at-bat, it was a sustained boo? Like Joe Davis said, when Manny Machado goes up there, you get the initial boo, and then it dies down. The Correa one was boo, and then after the at-bat, whatever the result was, it was a sustained boo, and then the last at-bat, they weren't content with just booing him. You saw the crowd chanting, cheater, cheater, cheater. So I just don't know how you would sell that on this fan base. Look, like I said, to me, it's Carlos Noella. I don't want to see Correa on the Dodgers. I think, to me, can you imagine an offseason if Trea Turner leaves, walks, and he signs with the Phillies or something like that? Look, Carlos Correa, he is a great player. But to me, even if there weren't the cheating allegations, and that's, to me, and not even allegations. I mean, you heard Carlos Correa. He already admitted to using the trash can. He said it himself. He said, he said he used the trash can, right? So he admitted to cheating, which led to the Dodgers losing the 2017 World Series, and I commend him for that. I respect him for the fact that he's the only guy that's really stepped up and said anything where he's copped to it. But I just think with his durability issues that he's had throughout his career, I just wouldn't feel comfortable giving him a $300+ million contract. I really just would not. But maybe some of you guys would. Let me know down below in the comment section. We have a nice little debate about it. But I'm looking for that comment of the night, guys. I'm looking for those fire takes. Any burns. Sad Vargas was sent back down. David Hernandez. Well, you saw Justin Turner got reactivated, and look, Vargas, he's going to be in this organization. He is going to be a starting third baseman for this team for the foreseeable future after Justin Turner. They definitely have a plan for Miguel Vargas, and you saw his hit tool. You saw him go to right center in his first at-bat. You saw him steal third because he said no one could stop him. So he's got the swagger, he's got the it factor, and he's going to be a major factor in this Dodgers team on this Dodgers team for years to come. So you're going to get plenty of time with Miguel Vargas. But Fergie, thumbs up. Just re-signed Trey already. That's from Iris K. What a strike zone was big today, but it didn't phase. Keep playing and got the win. Yeah, I think the strike zone, it was a little big. It did look like the home plate had skates on it today, but I think Julio Urias, the thing with him tonight was the way he uses the four-seam fastball is really becoming a game-changing weapon for Julio Urias. The confidence that he has on it, the conviction, the way he's not throwing it to the catcher, he's throwing it through the catcher. And tonight, of his 8 strikeouts, 6 of those 8 came via that four-seam fastball. So, yeah, it's becoming a major weapon, and it has really been for the last month or so. You start to see it kind of trending upward in velocity, and it's the way he uses it. An elevated fastball. He gets hitters to kind of really does a great job of changing eye levels with that slurve, and even got a strikeout with that changeup. But if you look at Julio's last couple outings, I mean, last outing against the Giants, no runs in 6 innings against the Giants. Before that, at Colorado, 2 runs in 7. Then at home against the Giants, no runs in 6. And before that, at Anaheim, before the break, 1 run in 7 innings of work. A 2.89 ERA in July. So you're looking at his ERA right now. I mean, it's dropping, and I'm telling you, he's not getting the love that he deserves around the league. I think you guys agree with me. I think that Urías needs to get a little more love nationally. And, yeah, I mean, I don't understand why, too, because he's a really, he's a cool-looking dude. He's got the glasses. I think they just take my nickname and dub him the Urías, and I think it'd be good for his marketing. But here we go. Every time I open the fridge, I make sure to knock on the door. There could be a salad dressing. Wow. Preaching D-Mac, they're frugal. We are invincible. I love that. Look, I love that's from Gundam Avarice. I got to have to give that the first comment of the night. The first comment of the night. Cheers to that comment right now. That's a fire take. That is a fire take right there. You win. And you can have an imaginary Jim Beam highball on me, guys. That's a fire take right there. Fire take and just a winning take.
Fire take.
You guys like the new GIFs? You guys like the new sound effects? IB Strokin, hashtag win for Vin, hashtag 9-game Vin streak. Hey, look, man, they are invincible. I mean, this team is unbelievable. They are vinning. So extend Trace Thompson. I like that. Trace Gallows Vargas, you are always going to be about your boy Trace Thompson. Steph Curry, he was in the house to watch Trace Thompson, and hey, he delivered late in the game, and that's what you love about Trace Thompson is the fact that he can come in late and still contribute. He's absolutely fine with any role he has, and he comes in late, and he's able to get a hit. He's able to get a hit late in the game. So I think that was a big takeaway. Here we go. They're not in Minnesota. They're the T's. Win a game first. I like that. Oh, my man. Who said that one? We got they're not Minnesota. My comments are going off right now, but I'll find that one. But I like that one. That might be a contender too. Rebecca Paytre Freddie is looking like a steal right now. Absolutely, Brilio Estrada Jr. He is looking like a steal when you consider the fact that he is a player that you're getting $27 million for, and he's a legitimate MVP contender. I mean, if you look at this Dodgers lineup, I mean, I think some of the big takeaways are Will Smith, he's really caught fire. 1,032 OPS his last 6 games. Mookie Betts, 1,052 OPS. Bellinger, 1,066 OPS. Muncy, an 1,189 OPS in his last 5 games. Muncy, in the month of August, 6 extra base hits already. So, yeah, this team is fun to watch. You have contributions up and down that lineup. And, yeah, the Twins, you can't call them the T's, right? You can't put the win. You can't call them the Twins because they have not come close to winning against the Dodgers this season. 24-5 is how much they've been outscored. In this Twins lineup, they looked outmatched. And you saw early on the Dodgers really took care of that fastball against Ryan, and they get 9 hits off him. That's the thing about this Dodger team, man. Just so many hits. 15 hits tonight. 8 doubles, tying a season high. You saw against the San Diego Padres this weekend. It was hit after hit. 11 hits against the Padres Sunday, 8 Saturday, 12 Friday. More hits than the Beatles and Michael Jackson. I mean, this team is just continuing to deliver more hits than Kiss FM. I mean, this team just continues to just rake at the plate, and I think what you're seeing is this lineup is looking as long as we thought it was going to look at the beginning of this season. But let me know down below in the comment section, like I said, would you ever accept Carlos Correa? Because I think, can we just put that to bed at this point? But let me know. Maybe some of you disagree. Maybe you want to see him on the Dodgers. But D-Mac, how many wins we getting this season? I mean, if you look at this Dodgers team, here we go. Dodgers gunning for record 117 wins. That's from BC. Anthony Keene, Correa will never be welcome at Dodgers Stadium. Correa clutch in the playoffs, 18 home runs. That's just from Justin Lamas. Cheater. Doug Correa has 18 home runs in the playoffs. Yes, especially after tonight. But yeah, especially after tonight, Correa GTFO, that's from Blue Magic. WB should have traded back for Joe Kelly just for the Twin Series to plunk him. That's a good one. I got to give that one. David Roth, a fire take right there. That's a fire take.
Fire take.
Cheers to that, comrade. That's a fire take. Shout out to my man over there having an imaginary Jim Beam high ball on me. They should have traded for Joe Kelly just to throw at Carlos Correa. Nice swing. You know what? A legendary moment. Joe Kelly. Look, I mean, trust me, man. Maybe I'll just take a sip of Carlos. Maybe I'll take a sip of Carlos Correa's tears right here with my Hornitos. A delicious Hornitos mug right here. But yeah, I mean, that would have been something. But here we go. We got I don't need to boo him necessarily, but I definitely don't want him on the Doyers. Yeah, if you guys were there tonight, would you have booed Carlos Correa? Let me know down below. D-Mac, how many wins we getting this season? To me, my preseason prediction was 107, which would eclipse the Dodgers' previous record of 106 wins, which they set twice. But if you look at this Dodger team, they're now on pace for 113 wins, and that number is going up. So it's tough to say, man. I think that the Dodgers 107-55 was my preseason prediction, and I feel good about that. But look, this team has not slumped really significantly. You haven't had those big slumps like we saw last season where they lost 15 of 20 games. This team continues to play consistent baseball. The numbers indicate that. They're 42-17 since the 1st of June, and 12-5 in interleague play, 76-33 on the season, a 16.5 game lead, or I think a 16-game lead over the Padres in the NL West, a 5-game lead over the Mets. So best record in baseball, best record in the NL West. And I think when you look at this Dodgers team, they have no let up. They really don't. I mean, they don't give away at-bats. The run prevention is there. The scoring is there. A 2.87 ERA. It's first in all of Major League Baseball. Their rotation this year, a 2.69 ERA heading into tonight. That's almost half a run better than the second-best team, the Houston Astros. So, I mean, this team's been phenomenal. They lead Major League Baseball in OPS. They lead Major League Baseball with almost 5.4 runs a game at this point. So they're dominating on offense, they're dominating with pitching, and they're still not at full strength. So I think this team, really, it's unbelievable. I think the next big milestone they could accomplish is they could set the record for the longest winning streak. If you look at this Dodgers team, they've now won 9 straight. The record in Los Angeles for the Los Angeles Dodgers is 13 straight, set twice by the Sandy Koufax-era Dodgers, and most recently the 65 season. The record for the franchise is 15 wins. That took place back on August 25th through September 6th back in 1924. You'll never need to know this, but the manager of the Dodgers that year was Wilbur Robinson of the Brooklyn Robins. So I think, do you guys think, let me ask that question, do you think the Dodgers, I don't want to jinx anything, of course, but do you think, and Vin Scully said, #Vinning, you can't have a jinx, you're just giving you guys information. Do you think the Dodgers will set a new win streak, a new franchise record for most consecutive wins? The record is 15 for the Dodgers franchise and 13 for the LA Dodgers. Daddy D-Mac, Eduardo Diaz. I like that one. What up, D-Mac? Daniel Reyes, Garrett SD, coming in hard with the give, D-Mac. Yeah, you guys like the D-Mac? We got a new, so we got some friends, our friends over at Jim Beam, kind of switching up the show. Let me know if you like it. It's all in good fun. And hey, to be honest, what I told him, I said, hey, you guys bring those fire takes, and that's really what this show is all about. What makes it so unique is, look, I'm the man of the fan. This is your show. I'm just hosting it, and I have my name on it like a couple places around the screen. But like I said, it is a joint effort. Kim, who, if they sign Correa, without Freddie, we'd be so much worse. That's from Jamie Lannister. Yeah, I think Freddie Freeman, he's been outstanding for the Dodgers. I mean, look, the only hiccup was what? What's the worst thing that Freddie Freeman did this year? Show emotion and cry when he went back to Atlanta. And I saw some Dodger fans had issues with that. And look, I'm just glad that there was no rain delay in Atlanta that day because of the crying he was doing, because he was pretty waterworks that day, but it's to be expected. And that's the thing about Freddie Freeman. He's actually a real, authentic, and genuine human being. That's okay with showing his emotions, and if that's the worst thing he did this season, man, I will take that, because he's been absolutely sensational. And to me, it's the durability. It's the fact that he goes out there and posts each and every day. You don't have to give the guy a day off. I think he should get one at some point. They're going to have to get a police escort to get him off the field, to have security take him off the field for him to take a day off, but he loves to play, and I love that about him. But hate on San Diego County, the most boring town I ever lived in. Padres suck. That's from Isabel. A Sale Loner, no slug, no problem. Just keep the hits coming like an oldie station. Yeah, Sale Loner, I'm telling you, more hits than Kiss FM. I mean, this team is there. They put numbers on the board, and they just go out there. We'll break down bottom of the first inning. Mookie Betts strikes out swinging for the first out. Trea Turner flied out to right for the second out. Freeman, a 2-out walk, and then Will Smith doubled to deep right, scoring Freddie Freeman to make it 1-0 Dodgers. And you're seeing Will Smith, he's hitting to all field. That pitch right there, a fastball up in the zone, he just hits it into right field. He's hitting everything on the screws right now. He's squaring everything up. Will Smith is slapping the baseball like Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. I mean, he's just absolutely on fire right now, and he is locked in. And a more clutch 2-strike hitting for the clutch Prince. But then Muncy, he grounded to second, and then the Dodgers, they get 1 run on 1 hit there in the first. But here, we got more top hits than Casey Kasem. I like that, Anthony Keene. No for Carlos Correa. Is this close to the best hitting team of all time, Lou? Look, you talk about those Indians teams or the Guardians. Do I call them the Guardians if they were the Indians? Now, you guys help me with that. Of the mid-'90s, that was one of the best teams I've ever seen when it came to the hitting up and down that line. That team offensively was so stacked. They were stacked like a pile of pancakes, and Manny Ramirez really was the syrup on top. And you talk about those late 90s teams. You talk about the Murderers Row. Yankees, those Reds teams, lots of potent offensive lineups in baseball history. But look, we're not going to be remembering how potent this lineup was if they don't make a deep run in October and hit like this when everything takes it up to another level, when the competition increases because you face better pitching when they're going to be potentially going up against the Braves or the Mets or the Padres, which are probably not going to have a postseason home game. But so, yeah, we'll see if they can get it done. If they can replicate this kind of success, 8 doubles in a game, yeah, I think that you could make a case. And if you look at the offensive metrics that they're putting up this season, you're not seeing any guys that are going to be 40, 50 home run guys. I think that's what makes it so impressive is, yes, there's guys on this team that are capable of putting up big home run numbers, and there's a chance that Mookie Betts sets a new career high in home runs. His previous high is 32 that he set his MVP season in 2018. But I think with this team, you're not drinking that, D-Mac? Hey, man. Drink responsibly. As you caught me. That fire take is funny. Hey, thanks, Moose. Appreciate you. Ryan Correa is that player where if we plunk him accidentally, he's going to charge the mound. Can Ferguson be another Dodgers closer? 114, that's from Robert Lasher. Hell yeah to the boo from Blue Magic. Go Dodgers on the road to the World Series. No, I'd be chanting future Dodger at Correa's from Justin Lamas. Seager will be on the trade market soon, Darren Shaw, but who's really going to take the remainder of that contract? That's, to me, 10 years, $325 for Corey Seager. I don't know if I would want that deal on my books, considering his injury history. But 115 wins. That's from Alita. Frazier, hashtag bring back Kelly. Brian Gax, what up? Hell MFing no to Correa. Tell me how you really feel, Caroline. Yes, I would boo Correa at this pace. I'd say 104 to 108 wins. I will stay booing all the Astros. 115 for sure from Chris King. 11 wins for what? I'd rather have Bumgarner than Correa. Michael Arazia. Jay Silva, I wish to the pitchers good luck. The Dodgers lineup. I like that. I see what you did right there. I wish to the pitchers good luck. The Dodgers lineup. That is a reference to Juan Soto, who during the press conference after the trade, he said he wishes good luck to the pitchers, and their offense has been a lot of nothing. Couldn't hit Santa. They fell off a camel in San Diego, and they just haven't gelled. And yes, they haven't gotten Fernando Tatis Jr. back, and Manny Machado, he hit a walk-off tonight, but really since that ankle injury, hitting just above 200. So, yeah, Brandon Drury, he hit a grand slam his first game in San Diego after the trade. But yeah, they just haven't had that spark like you would have expected. But they can easily say, hey, we're waiting for next season. But yeah, it just feels so San Diego Padres for that to happen. Juan Soto, the Padres, it just feels like this is something that happens in San Diego. But don't be mad because they spend on players that produce. Dodgers swept the Aztecs. That's from Blue Magic. I like that. We got anyone have tickets to tomorrow's game? Gabriel. Interesting. Don't jinx it. Back in 2017, we went into a horrible losing streak, Daniel. But yeah, that 2017, they were a great team, but you had so many guys up and down that lineup. That 2017, trust me, that was a special team. In my opinion, of course, your opinion, of course, that team deserved to win the World Series. There's no question about that. 2017 Dodgers team was a special team to so many Dodger fans, and really they had a World Series stolen from them by one of the players that the Dodgers faced tonight, a player that really was shameful. It's shameful and embarrassing what Carlos Correa did to the league. I hope he never wears Dodger blue. And look, to me, you never want a player like that really cost the Dodgers a World Series. It cost Clayton Kershaw a World Series MVP. That Clayton Kershaw had to live with the whole I'm a choker thing for how many years, and a lot of that had to do with Carlos Correa. To me, I would never forgive the Astros or Carlos Correa for doing that. And you can say, hey, some of you have moved on. That's great. I'm happy for you. But to me, I think that too much damage has done. That's like you caught your girl cheating, and you just allow him, and you allowed her to come back. It's just like I just don't understand. I just don't understand the idea of Carlos Correa. The only reason I would want Carlos Correa is, I guess the positive side would be you could boo him every single game. You could boo him all season long if he was in Dodger blue. So, maybe that would be a good thing. But yeah, you talk about that 2017 team, and you had players, Justin Turner, he was on another level that season. Cody Bellinger, he came in, had 39 home runs. Seager, Chris Taylor. Yeah, you still had Puig, but you don't have those top-end guys, the elite talent. I mean, who on that team, on that 2017 team, would say would be a top 10 player? They really didn't have one. Well, from a position player standpoint, they had a lot of grit, a lot of hustle, a lot of depth, but they didn't have those top 10 guys, and they have that now. I mean, this team, to me, they're superior to 2017 pretty much from every standpoint. I mean, Kenley during the season, obviously they had a better back-end closer with Kenley Jansen, but you talk about Trea Turner versus Corey Seager, you're taking Trea Turner. You talk about Mookie Betts, you talk about Freddie Freeman. I mean, those are elite top 10 players. But win for Vin, who's yo daddy, 109 wins from K Casino, win for Vin from Chris King. We're losing tomorrow from best tennis player. We got analysts saying Mets are World Series favorites. VC, that's that East Coast bias. Don't worry about that. I wish to pitchers good luck. The Dodgers line. Okay, here we go. Back down. Juan Soto to LA in 2025. Haha. Hey, Justin, that's what I was saying. Maybe that future Dodger chant was about 2025. Get the like button up for DMAC. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, smash that like button, guys. If you're new to the show, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to tell your friends about it. And, yeah, get those comments in because you want to get that comment of the night for your fire takes, for your comments of the night. Let me know down below in the comment section. We are looking for them. He's Freddie freaking Freeman. Who's going to pitch tomorrow? I'm going to the game. Oh, you're going to the game tomorrow. Awesome. Who else is going to the game tomorrow? Because, look, tomorrow, they might have announced it already, but, yeah, I mean, I've heard that, I don't want to say it, but Ryan Pepio is going to probably pitch tomorrow. So that's really pretty outstanding. I mean, if you go get to see a young player like Ryan Pepio, who I think the Dodgers have a role I truly believe the Dodgers have something in mind for Ryan Pepio when it comes to the postseason because he has that stuff that plays up in October. You talk about the changeup. You talk about his fastball when he has the command. And, yes, he did have command issues early on. There's no question about that. In his first 3 starts, 11 walks to 13 strikeouts, but his last start on July 5th, very promising. 6 punch-outs to 1 walk, 4 hits, 1 run in 5 innings of work. So I'm very excited to see the progress that Ryan Pepio's made. I think they gave Pep a pep talk, and I think that he's going to go out there, and I think that it's going to be a big test for him to see, hey, it's late in the season. If he goes out there and shoves, he goes out there and looks the part, I think the Dodgers will say, hey, you might have to bet on his talent. Like John Wooden says, give me talent over experience any day. But Dustin May, number 2 starter for the playoffs. David Z. Clark, that's a good question. I don't think they're going to lock him into it depends on the matchup, of course, but I don't think they'll lock him into a number 2 starter at this point, but he is filthy. I think we'll see how Walker Buehler looks. I mean, I think that Dustin May, the fact you're seeing the swing and miss, you're seeing the punch outs, the command has been a little shaky at times. He's still working that out at the minor league level, but to me, I think I'm fine if he doesn't get a firm role in the rotation as far as where he's at. I think you want to maintain some flexibility because let's not forget Tyler Anderson with that filthy changeup. You see the way that changeup drops like it's a broken elevator, and you see Tony Gonson with that splitty. If he still has the command, I mean, those guys are guys that go out there and contribute. So if those guys show that maybe the innings count is starting to take its toll on them, don't be surprised if you see them make some piggyback starts together and maintain that flexibility and just kind of throw some other teams off with some gamesmanship there with openers and things like that. I think the Dodgers are going to get creative because they didn't make that move for a surefire frontline starter. Someone like a Luis Castillo, who I'm fine that they didn't trade for, or someone like a Frankie the Yankee Montas who got rocked in his first start with the Yankees. But here we go. Exactly. DeGrom, that's all I'm saying. That's from Rebecca Machado from San Diego, is feeling the historical works of baseball pricing. D-Mac, thank you for collecting 3 hits tonight. You are the best cleanup hitter in baseball. Thank you. And you are basically nominating Will Smith as a player of the game candidate. And Will Smith, like I said, is another one of the Dodgers that continues to have tons of success right now. And tonight was another example. I mean, Will Smith, it's a great 2-strike hitting early on in the game, puts the Dodgers on the board early. Dodgers get 1 run in the first, and Will Smith, he finishes the night going 3 for 5 with 2 RBIs. Let's do the Dodgers box office report because let's do the Dodgers box score report because tonight, 15 of 39, every single Dodger that stepped up to the plate got a hit. Every single Dodger. Mookie Betts 1 for 3. Trayce Thompson, who at this point, I mean, what more can you say? He's got Steph out there checking out his games. He got his brother Klay Thompson out there watching his games. He continues to fill a role for this Dodger team, and he continues to contribute. He goes 1 for 1. Trea Turner, he goes 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs. Freddie Freeman 1 for 4, some more great 2-strike hitting, drew that 2-out walk there early. And Will Smith 3 for 5, Max Muncy 2 for 5, 2 extra base hits, had the home run, had the double, and then JT 2 for 4, Gavin Lux 1 for 4, continues to produce. I think the thing about Gavin Lux, you haven't seen that big time drop off. You haven't seen that big time slump, and I think what you're seeing with Gavin Lux is he's continuing to make little adjustments this season that really have helped him avoid those big slumps. And then, of course, Joey Gallo goes 1 for 4. He has been a walking strikeout machine this season, no matter what uniform you put him on. But the beard is back, and I think so is some of that swagger. I think the change of scenery has been big for him. He goes 1 for 4. He stroked that double, and then Belly goes 1 for 4. So Dodgers 15 hits. I mean, unbelievable. We got 500 people in the house, only 85. Smash that like button. Thanks to Diane. Appreciate that. Yeah, guys, smash that like button. This is your show. We're in it together, breaking down all things Dodger baseball, getting those fire takes from you guys, checking out all your takes. No way in hell on earth Soto is better than Ohtani. That's from Boomer Assassinite. So we got a little Soto versus Ohtani debate in the comment section. Look, when it comes to being a pure hitter from the left side, no question, Soto is that man. He can also hit for power, and yeah, you see his uncanny ability to draw walks, but you're talking about what if he could do that and then also put up zeros and have a strikeout rate north of 36% from the bump, and that's what Shohei Ohtani can provide with that lethal splitter. He can hit triple digits with that fastball. I mean, look, imagine if you took Aaron Donald and Aaron Rodgers and you combine them. That's what Shohei Ohtani is. I mean, imagine if you took Matt Olson, Luis Castillo, and you combined him. That is what Shohei Ohtani is. It's tough to comprehend what Shohei Ohtani is. It is MLB The Showtime. It is MLB The Shohei Kid. So, yeah, it's unbelievable. But remember, he proposed his wife. Okay, D-Mac, thank you. We got Gary A. Correa. Greater than sign any Giants player. Interesting. F that. Haha. D-Mac, as of tonight, would you rather have Kimbrel or Hader as your closer? That's from Alex Renteria. I think, look, if you look at Josh Hader, and I wasn't able to actually watch his watch his outing today. I mean, his appearance today where he blew it. But the issue with, I mean, there's some similarities there when you think about it. I mean, with Josh Hader, his big issue, the velo has been there. He was strong early on, but really the home runs have been the issue for Hader. And I'm not being a hater at all. I'm just saying that, yeah, I mean, to me in the postseason, we see he is a guy that has choked a lot in the postseason. And I don't know. I mean, I think Kimbrel, there's command issues at this point, but I think that Kimbrel's had a lot of bad luck. I mean, if you look at Josh Hader, a 171 home runs per 9, that's that's 8th in Major League Baseball. So guys that have previously been dominant throughout parts of their career that have struggled at times, but I think when you look at Craig Kimbrel, I still think, to me, it's the hits. I mean, he's given up too many hits. I mean, the Dodgers are getting too many hits, and he gives up too many hits. But I think Craig Kimbrel, if you look at those home runs per 9, he's allowing .23 home runs per 9. His home run to fly ball rate is 2.1%. So there is something to be said about keeping the ball in the yard. His BABIP, batting average on balls in play, is still the 4th highest in Major League Baseball. So I actually would rather have Craig Kimbrel than Josh Hader. Believe it or not, I mean, lefty-righty, Dodgers could use theoretically a dominant lefty in their bullpen if he was that. But, yeah, I mean, I think Craig Kimbrel, both of them, have their warts. There's no question about it, and hopefully Kimbrel finds a way to turn things around. But San Diego scored a runtime. Padres parade tomorrow. Okay, there's a parade probably going on right now. Guys, drive safely. We own the Twins. We absolutely do. Like I said, don't calm the Twins. Get the T out. Just calm the T's, like we said earlier. Pepio walks too much. I mean, look, Ryan Pepio, the whip, a 1.35 whip in 16 1/3 innings pitched, 19 punchies, a 2.76 ERA. Definitely, that's the thing with Ryan Pepio. And look, that's the thing with a lot of young pitchers. I mean, you have to sure up that command, and when you're pitching at the big league level, you tend to want to beat 2 fine, and you want to. There's a lot of mental games in play. He even said there was nerves in his first start against the Pirates. So the more experience you get, the more you can just go out there and perform and improve your command. I think Ryan Pepiot, I think tomorrow is a really great spot for him to go in there with the Dodgers having this big lead, and you're seeing the benefits of having this big cushion that they've developed, because tomorrow they're not chasing the Giants. They're not even chasing the Yankees or the Mets for best record. They have Ryan Pepiot. Of course, it's a silver lining to me. To me, that's a big silver lining to Clayton Kershaw going out. And to me, yes, his back, it does... His back does fail him sometimes, and I think a lot of that is because he put this franchise on his back for so many years, so many starts on short res, but you definitely can find a silver lining in having a guy like Ryan Pepiot come up and get the reps and see if he can be a weapon for this Dodgers team, because I'm telling you, if I had to pick between Ryan Pepiot and Bobby Miller this year, I'm going Pepiot. Of course, Miller's not even on the 40-man, but when it comes to the stuff that he can provide and the fact he already has that experience and he's really starting to go have those starts and try to learn from them, I like what I'm seeing from Ryan Pepiot. I think tomorrow's going to be a big test for him. But here, would you rather see the Dodgers face the Yankees or Astros in the World Series? Ruben actually was on the blue carpet yesterday at the ping pong event, and I asked Gabriel Iglesias, my friend Fluffy. Fluffy was really cool. I'm gonna drop this interview I do with Fluffy. He was cool, man. He's like, "What's your name, Doug?" He's like, "I don't know." We had a good conversation, but Fluffy said he wants to play the Astros, the Trastros, because he wants the revenge. Mario Lopez said he wanted to play the Yankees, New York, and L.A., and Rob Lowe said he wanted to play the Astros because of unfinished business. And I asked him, I said, "Hey, are you going to wear that Houston Asterisks hat?" And he said not only is he going to wear it, he's going to be selling them in the parking lot. So to me, I think that, look, if that Astros team was intact with Carlos Correa, that was my preseason World Series pick. You guys can look before the first game of the season. My prediction was Dodgers win 107 games, and it's Dodgers versus Trastros in the Fall Classic. But I think the fact that, one, they're a really good team this year. Yes, there are some familiar faces. You have deeper storylines with Yordan Alvarez and the Josh Fields trades and kind of deeper things to look at in terms of significance. But I think the fact that that's kind of long gone, and the Yankees are kind of reeling at this point too. I mean, I think I still want to play the Astros. I really do. I mean, New York, LA is awesome. It'd be great for baseball. Joey Gallo hitting the walk-off grand slam in Game 7 would be awesome against the Yankees, and by that time hopefully has like a Rick Ross beard. But Pico de Gallo can really have his day then. But to me, I still think Dodgers, Astros, it would almost feel like winning 2 World Series. To me, it would heal a lot of wounds, and I think it'd be great to see how relentless that crowd would be against Alex Bregman and Jose Altuve, and you have Verlander back. So there are some familiar faces, and yeah, I think I'd go with the Astros. But let me ask you guys that question. Who do you want to see the Dodgers face in the World Series? Now, there's a lot of work to be done. You have to get there first, and that is a big if, because baseball is the world's biggest crapshoot. That's what I call the MLB postseason. But Julio was nails. Yeah, we talked about his start. Julio Urias, he was outstanding tonight. And I think kind of what really stands out with Julio tonight was, one, the effectiveness of that four-seam fastball. He's continuing to go to it in key situations, deep in counts to finish guys off. 8 strikeouts for Julio the Urias, and 6 of those 8 coming via that four-seam fastball. And you also look at his efficiency, 23 for 26 on first pitch strikes, got 16 swings and misses. And yeah, you saw, if you look at his breakdown, he got 12 whiffs from that four-seam fastball, 1 via that slurve. The changeup had 3. So really, most of his swing and miss, a lot of the times we see it come from that slurve, but really it's been about the four-seam fastball lately. Also, another good sign is that velocity. It's trending up. Tonight, that velo was up 0.5 miles per hour, averaging 93.6 miles per hour, topping out at 95.1. So when you see Julio, I mean, look, we saw him touching 97. We saw him touching 96 consistently in 2020, and the fact that that's trending in the right direction means that he's not running out of gas, and that's very important, because Julio Urias, we know he's got that X-dog off the charts, and he's got that dog in him, and yeah, he's got that pedo in him, and I think that he's a guy that, yeah, I'm telling you, he's criminally underrated now. I mean, ERA dropping down to 2.49, been one of the best pitchers since last July. D-Mac, I hope you continue these live streams until the end of time. Daniel, hey, man, I appreciate you on that, man. And you guys make it a lot of fun. I'm telling you, it's all about your guys' takes, man, and you guys just bring the heat down in the comments. And we'll keep recapping this game. Let me see what we're at, comp 44. So, okay, here we go. Let's do Kimbrel's a better playoff pitcher from ACDC. I would prefer Jansen back over Hader. That's from Brulio Estrada. We got Sasaki on. I would prefer Jansen over Hader. We got Gary. We got Gary says, how old is Ohtani? So Shohei Ohtani, he is going to be a free agent after next season, and that's kind of the big thing about. So a lot of people talking about Shohei versus Juan Soto and the difference between them, but the difference is, of course, there is the age. And Shohei Ohtani, he just turned 28 back in July, so a little older. I prefer Kimbrel over Sasaki equals Japanese Nolan Ryan. Yeah, he's going to be good. Long live. We got, for some reason, I still feel better with Kimbrel than with Jansen. Jansen quietly fifth in saves. That's from Gary A. When I hear Kimberly's name, I cringe. Bellinger has a home run off of a Hader, LLWC, over on YouTube. Doug, you win 75% of your games by out-homering your opponent. Yeah, there's no question about that, but the game has changed, and we know that the ball can change on a dime in the postseason. You're seeing the power that Muncy's starting to bring. Cody Bellinger is starting to slug. I think this team is going to be fine from a power standpoint. I'm not concerned about that. Not sure what your point is there. Jansen has 24 saves. Anthony Keene. Kimbrel is that friend who can't drive. You're going to hit some curbs, maybe even some people, but you'll arrive 3 out of 5 times. LOL. Anthony Keene always bringing that fire. I'm going to give you one of the takes of the night as well. So here you go.
You win.
That's for you. And yeah, man, shout out to my man, Mr. Anthony Keene, for one of our takes tonight. Have an imaginary Jim Beam high ball on me. Always bringing that fire, Anthony Keene. Always bringing that wit. Always bringing them jokes, and we appreciate that always, every time, my man. But yeah, I think that, look, when you talk about cardiac Kimbrel, I dubbed him Craig Crumble earlier in the season. I mean, he is Mr. Toad's wild ride. Sometimes out there, he can be a dunk tank. And it could be dunk tank Kimbrel, where if you're on a dunk tank and he's on the mound, you're probably going to be dry, right? Because he misses his spots. And I think the thing with Kimbrel, though, is even though that K rate, even that strikeout rate is up there, he doesn't miss bats. It's not as explosive as it once was. And look, it's pretty simple. He goes with fastball, curveball combination. And if he's not laying that curveball and opponents are sitting on that fastball, they can catch up to a 96, 97 mile per hour Kimbrel fastball, even though he does have that extension to the plate. So I think for him, it's just trying to get that electricity back, trying to get that fire back. And I wouldn't give up on Kimbrel quite yet, man. But Rod Wilson, great take on Correa. I wanted to read that. Let's see. Mr. X, D-Mac, what's up with the announcers saying Mets are the team to beat? Mr. X, I think, look, there's a combination of factors there. Of course, you have New York City, you have Stephen Cohen, you had the fact they have Max Scherzer, Jacob deGrom, and look, let's be honest, the front of that rotation is pretty beastly. You also have an Edwin Diaz who has really fixed things mechanically. He has the best walkout song of any closer in baseball. So there's that. And then, yeah, offensively, they have guys that can get it done. I don't think they have the depth and consistency of this Dodgers lineup. And look, I think we'll see. I mean, we'll see how that starting rotation holds up. Yes, you have the horses at the front of that rotation. We know that at some point Max Scherzer's arm, it can just go kaputs on you, and you just never know. But I think, look, I mean, they're deserving of the hype, and these two teams are going to face off in New York still this season. And I do think I think the Marte move was a good move, and you got Francisco Lindor, who still hasn't played really like a superstar, but has had a much better season. Got the OPS north of 800. Jeff McNeil, Pete Alonso can provide that power. But to me, if you look at these two teams' lineups and the way the Dodgers handled them earlier in the season, I would definitely take the Dodgers when it comes to their offense. Now, to me, yes, like I said, you have deGrom, you have Max Scherzer, but I mean, you got a Cookie Carrasco, a T1 Walker. I mean, for a 7-game series, I would still feel very confident. I mean, Bassett, I would still very confident about the Dodgers versus a Mets team. And look, let's be honest too. Jacob deGrom is a guy that he's pitched in 4 postseason games in his career. 4 postseason games, 25 innings total. Yes, a 2.88 ERA, but yeah, I think with Jacob deGrom, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how he holds up, but I still have a lot of confidence in this Dodgers team. To me, it's easy. This Dodgers team is the team to beat. And if these guys come back and they perform like the players we know they are, it's a wrap, man. I mean, let's be honest. A Gallo wine after the win, Boomer Assassin. Let's keep jumping in this game. So top of the second inning, the one inning where Urías gave up a run. Miranda struck out looking, slurve up in the zone for the first out. And then Urshela, he tripled the deep center on a curve that caught too much of the plate. And then Celestino, he reached on an infield single to the pitcher, scoring Urshela, tying things up at 1. And then Kepler, he grounded into a fielder's choice to second. And then Leon popped to first. So, yeah, it gives up that triple there, kind of left that slurve over the plate. He took advantage. So these are your World Series picks. Diane Shooter wants to play the Astros. Crazy Juice wants to play the Astros. Iris Cases, I'd rather see the Yankees. Astros today are irrelevant. Only Bregman and Altuve. You also have Verlander back, though. ACDC Freak. I love that the Padres traded all those prospects and are now struggling. ACDC Freak. Yeah, like I said a long time ago. I mean, they traded their farm system, Legoland, the San Diego Zoo. They traded all, man. Del Coronado, the USS Midway. They traded away Tony Hawk, Blink-182. They gave it all up. San Diego State football, UCSD. I mean, the Tony Gwynn statue. The list goes on and on. I mean, they gave up a lot. And this year doesn't seem like it's going to pay dividends, but they still have a couple years. But, Justin, you say, Doug, I don't really care about who we face in the World Series, just that we make and win the World Series. We could face Houston, Baltimore, doesn't matter. Justin, I'm with you. At the end of the day, it's just about going and winning World Series number 8 and winning the first full 162-game plus postseason World Series since 1988 in front of fans and getting a parade. That's a big deal. Cali Kid, the Astros, should give up the World Series trophy. I agree with you 100%. I actually asked Rob Manfred. You can check it out on my TikTok at DMAC_LA. I asked Rob Manfred if he was going to do that, and he ignored me, but you can check that out. Julio looking strong. LLWC. I want the Dodgers to play Little League World Series champs, except the Dodgers have to play on their knees. Who would win? LLWC. I got to give out another comment of the night for that one.
You win.
So cheers to that comment right there. That's a fire take. That's a great take. Shout out to my man LLWC. Have an imaginary Jim Beam high ball on me. I can't wait to crack one of these open right after the show. But that's hilarious, man. Just think of that. I mean, who would you guys take in that matchup? I'll ask you guys down below in the comment section. At LLWC says he wants to see the Dodgers face the Little League World Series champs, where the Dodgers have to play on their knees. I mean, they got some big boys. I mean, Joey Gallo and Freddie Freeman, these guys would still be like 5 feet tall on their knees. But, yeah, my money would be on the Dodgers. What up, D-Mac? Julio, left eye, Urias, all day, 828. I like that one. Yankees, Mariners, 13th inning. Really, oh, wow, I can't wait. I'm gonna watch that Calvin T as soon as this show ends. But, yeah, man, that Mariners team, J-Rod, lots of young stars. I like what they've built up in Seattle. I feel like Soto is lying about his age. Orlando, let's always say, man, he's a Dominican 23, which means he's 43, but doesn't matter because these guys that can play, and look, I don't care how old you are, if you can perform like that. No, I'm just playing. I think Soto is definitely 23. I mean, come on now. But that ghost runner is not working. Yeah, that's always funny. D-Mac, what up, Jenny Vega? Soto aging in dog years. Joey Gallo versus CT3. Mets are scary. What if DeGrom goes 8 and then Diaz comes in to close? Yeah, they are scary for sure. I mean, I think you talk about that Mets team, they have the top-end talent that can compete with the Dodgers, but I still think the Braves, with their depth, their experience, I still think the Braves are a team that I wouldn't want to face if I were the Mets. So I think that this Dodger team, they're going to have their hands full with whoever they play. When you get to that part of the season, if you're that deep in the postseason, you're going to be playing quality teams. And I don't think this Dodgers team is afraid of anyone. The only one that can beat this Dodgers team is the injury bug and the Dodgers. If this team was healthy last season, they didn't lose Max Muncy and Justin Turner and Clayton Kershaw and Julio Urias and Walker Buehler ran out of gas, and they had to chase the Giants, who sold their souls to the baseball devil last year too, and they had that orange and black magic, they would have had the enough left in the tank, but they just didn't. So I think when you talk about that Dodger team and you talk about this year's team, I think that they fully realize that, and that's one of the reasons why they've been sharp all season long. They've been sharp all season because they knew they didn't want to put themselves in a position where they had to chase. I think one of my biggest takeaway at the deadline was the fact that the Padres made that move, and the Dodgers had already sewn up the division, a 12-game lead. So really, they can just coast, and I still think they want to set a record. I think they want to be the winningest Dodgers team of all time and set a new franchise record. Who knows? Maybe they get crazy and beat the 2001 Mariners and surpass 116 games. It can happen. Look, like I said earlier in the show, the franchise record for consecutive wins in LA is 13, set twice in the Koufax era, most recently in 65, then also 1924. The Dodgers, they won 24 games. And by the way, in case you want a little trivia, Wilbur Robertson was the Dodgers manager. The Dodgers were the Brooklyn Robins at the time. My friend Eric Ulo would say good pull. But I think at that point, you're thinking maybe this team can really put together a big streak, and that could keep this team hungry, is continue to chase. But I think that this team is so professional, and they don't take an at-bat off, and I just don't see this team really getting bored. I just don't see it. But the DeGrom and Scherzer can't win a World Series by themselves. WB, great point. CT3 all day. Please say hi to me. D-Mac would make my night. Hi, Superstar. Appreciate you rocking with us here. Burning the midnight oil here, 11:22. You guys still going hard in the comments. I appreciate it. Michael Bravo. D-Mac stays hitting on these streams. The post-game Vin Scully, RIP the legend. Michael Bravo. Man, I really appreciate that comment right there. Of course, we talked about it. Dodgers invincible. Hashtag Vinning, and you love to see the success. And look, that is the mantra this season: win for Vin. I think it was so fitting, the fact that Vin Scully, he grows up and he's a Giants fan. And then he plays. He has his final broadcast in his career in San Francisco. Willie Mays meets him. They named the booth after him. And then he passed away the day the Dodgers are playing the Giants. And, I just kind of believe in that baseball juju. And I think it's a real kismet. And I think the Dodgers are on have that special North Star to them this season. I think Vin Scully definitely is that guy. And it would just be really special, man. In the year that Vin Scully passed away, at the age of 94, you got that Vin patch, which is fire, on their sleeve. They were able to win for Vin. It'd just be something fantastic. But I think, above all, this team has so many guys that might not be on this team next season, so that's another reason. But this team has so many motivating factors, so you love to see it. But we have too much depth for either New York team, WB. Yeah, I think, like I said, I mean, on an episode, well, I won't burn it, but let's keep jumping in this game. So bottom of the third inning, Smith popped to second, 2-2 count. Max Muncy fouls off. Oh, this was the at-bat of the game. We're going to do the at-bat of the game for the Dodgers. And today, I got to go with Max Muncy. 2-2 count. He fouls off a slider, fouls off a fastball, inner half, and then gets a slider on the outer third, and he crushes it to right center for a home run, 12th of the season, and that made it 5-1 Dodgers. And then jump to the bottom of the fourth. Belly lines out for the first out to left. Then Betts, he singled to center. Betts stole second, and then he was safe at third after an error by Leone. And then Trea Turner, he grounded out to the pitcher. Betts scores. That makes it 6-1 Dodgers. Jump to the bottom of the seventh. Freddie Freeman leadoff single to shallow right. Will Smith single to right. Freeman goes first to third. Great base running. His helmet falls off. Who's your favorite? Yeah, who's your favorite to watch on the base pass? I mean, obvious answer is Trea Turner. You could say Mookie Betts, but I think Freddie Freeman with those long strides and the half line off, running like a wild man. He looks to me like he's a tight end, like a big lanky tight end in football, trying to score a touchdown. I mean, I like watching Freddie Freeman on the base pass. It's a lot of fun. But Roy Estrada, D-Mac, get off the Kimbrel train. He's not turning the clock back. I'm not on the Kimbrel train. I think there is a sliver of hope for Craig Kimbrel to be a contributor to this Dodger team, and really, it's some of his shortcomings become magnified. And yes, the command has been atrocious at times. There's no question about it. He did let his her down, and to try to change things up, I think maybe we should change the walk-up song. Look, I mean, California Love just went so much harder. But yeah, I mean, if you look at Craig Kimbrel, I mean, look at his ERA in the month of August. If you look at he's allowed one run last 3 innings. His last, he's allergic to clean innings. We've talked about that. But yeah, I mean, so far in August, hasn't been terrible for sure. Had a 4.91 ERA in July. But yeah, Seattle wins. Okay, how'd they win? Close games in the playoffs. Do not put 5+ ERA pitchers in and expect them to hold a lead. Yeah, I think, look, the thing about the postseason, it's a totally different ballgame. Dodgers averaging over 5.3 runs per game this year. You're not going to see that in the postseason. It's going to get tight. You're going to see teams come out there and pitch well. You're going to see starters have great games, and I think the Dodgers, of course, they'll have starters perform well themselves. But, yeah, you're going to have a lot of tight games, and it's just about executing and seeing which team can, take advantage of high velocity pitching against the bullpen, because really that's where the Dodgers struggled last season. Madsick and different at bats, even Mookie Betts late in the series against the Braves, multiple opportunities to put the Dodgers on top. And the Dodgers, they were setting up guys like Sheldon Noise, Andy Burns, guys like Albert Pujols up to the plate in those situations, and there's just better depth on this team. So, yeah, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But Seattle just beat the Yankees in the bottom of the 13th. Thank you, Joe Bennett. I appreciate that update. So only helps the Dodgers. Manfred was shook by D-Mac. David Raw, hey, man, look, man, I'm here for the people. I'm going to ask these guys the questions if I'm around them, which I am. And, yeah, it's always good times. But playing the Astros would give me PTSD. Yeah, Gary A., I'm with you on that one. It definitely would. Just the idea of a potential loss there would be so costly. D-Mac has the cojones. Al Mantra, yeah, thanks, man. Fox Network would love Dodgers versus Asterisks. Yeah, they definitely would. Man Fraud, that's from Anthony Keene. Yeah, we'll do a couple more comments here, guys, and then we will let you enjoy the rest of your night. Thanks for rocking with us. After the Dodgers get the dub, let's break down that seventh inning there, bottom of the seventh. Freeman leads off the inning with a single to shallow right. Then Smitty, he singles to right. Freeman goes first to third. Muncy doubled to right, scoring Freeman, making it 7-1 Dodgers. Then JT, he grounded out to short. Lux, he grounded to first. Gallo, he struck out swing. But the Dodgers, they continued to tack on runs late there. And then the scoring, they just scoring. I mean, they just continue to score runs, does this Dodgers team. And, yeah, we jump to the bottom. Muncy, Justin Turney grounded to short, scoring Smith. And Muncy, he doubled to right. Freeman scored, make it 7-1. And then JT grinded to shortstop, made it 8-1. And then you jump to that bottom of the eighth. And Muncy, he struck, and Bellinger, he fouled the catcher. And then you got Thompson, he doubled to left. Trea Turner doubled to left, scoring Thompson, make it 9-3. Freeman fly to center. Will Smith singled to right, scoring Trea Turner, make it 10-3 Dodgers. We talked about Fergie's appearance there, but let's jump back into the comments here, and then we'll head out of this one. Hashtag win for Vin, Crazy Juice. Yeah, give me a hashtag win for Vin, guys. You have such energy, D-Mac. Do I ever sleep? Diane Schroeder. Look, man, if I sleep, I just paint the eyeball, the eyes on my eyelids, and I'm good to go. But yeah, I sleep a good amount, man. I sleep. Don't sleep on Julio Urias. That is the real point we're trying to make here. Okay, Julio Urias deserves more love, but yeah, I get plenty of sleep. Okay, appreciate you though. Look, the thing is, I stay up late, but I get up late too. I'm like a big leaguer. I don't get up before like 11. Man, I'm just sleeping in. D-Mac, why didn't the Dodgers extend Trea Turner before this season? They could have saved millions. Katarina, I mean, it's an interesting question that I'm sure we'll know at some point, but the Dodgers, they approached Trea Turner. They said, we are not going to offer you an extension. There was communication there, and Trea Turner, he did make some comments saying that he was willing to compartmentalize, but a deal never got done, and they never consummated a deal, and we'll see what happens in the offseason. But D-Mag editing vids at 2 and 3 a.m. on that booga sugar. Hey, man, I'm high on baseball. I mean, here we go. Freddie looks so slow, but always gets that extra base. Freddie's smart. He knows when he can get to that next base. Boomer assassin. Yeah, absolutely. A very savvy, instinctive base runner. A very savvy, instinctive base runner. Roberts can't handle pitching decisions. That should be left up to Pryor. Interesting take there. We got Extend Trea Now. Kimbrel's song is You're No Good by Linda Ronstadt. Yeah, guys, here, how about this one? We'll do a funny one. Pick a new walk-up song for Craig Kimbrel. Here we go. We got Should Bellinger Continue to Bat Last? John CO_98. Look, I mean, we've seen Gavin Lux bat in the ninth hole, have a lot of success, seen him move up, continue that success. So I think these guys are continuing to really, there's no weaknesses, there's no There's no let off at any point during this lineup. So sweep everyone for Vin, win for Vin, Julio, Yoshi. It's the Gallo. Crumble song should be Snow Blind from Boomer Assassin. Ben Verlander, a Dodgers hater. Ruben Gutierrez. Hi, D-Mac. Thanks for the show. Going to watch later. Mariners-Yankees game was too good to miss. Dylan Hare, hey, I don't fault you for sure because we're going to switch. After this, I'll watch that game. You watch the show. We got a deal. Dodgers want to see how Trey holds up in the postseason. Simple as that. Pika peep. I think that for the Dodgers, look, I mean, for Trea Turner has pretty much made it known that he wants, an AAV around $32.5 million. And I think that the interesting talking point when it comes to Trea Turner is going to be the length. Now, it's going to be a robust shortstop market once again. Carlos Correa, he signed that 3-year, $105 million deal, but essentially that was a 1-year deal. That was a 1-year, $35 million contract. He is going to opt out. Those are the expectations. He's going to hit the market. Dansby Swanson, he's turned his season around. Tim Anderson, a very attractive club option. He's going to be back in Chicago. But I think if you're Trea Turner, look, you earn your free agency. You want to be courted. You want to see what else is out there. I mean, I think if the Dodgers went to Trea Turner and they made him an obscene offer, maybe he does consider signing it, but that doesn't mean they can't offer him the same number they were going to offer him if they had decided to make him an offer before the season started in the offseason coming up and still have him come back with the Dodgers. And I think if you are the Dodgers, I think a lot has changed between Trea Turner and the organization in this short amount of time. I mean, I don't know about you guys. I know you see it. Bellinger's your MVP, PTSD joke. Yeah. Beat It by Michael Jackson. That's what you want to see. Doom_Sal. Bellinger for MVP. Here we go. We got Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Jay Silva's here. These are your songs for Craig Kimbrel. I like it. Oops, I Did It Again by Britney Spears. That was from David Robb Belly for MVP. We got Trey would have asked for a Seager type contract. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a little older, of course, than about these guys that some of those other guys he's competing with. But yeah, I do think that he's going to want a lot of money, man. And I think there's going to be a big competition for him. And yeah, I think the big question is, will we ever get clarity about where he wants to play as far as the East Coast versus the West Coast? No role models by J. Cole for Kimbrel's new song, Can't Save Her. She don't want to be saved. Oh, I like that. We got you guys are coming with the heat tonight. I appreciate that. Doug, you make my day. Thank you. I appreciate it. And we got I might have lost my comments. New Kimbrel Andrew song should be Across Time and Space by Trevor Bauer. Oh my goodness. Oh man. We got Ain't No Big Thing, Fussing for Kimbrel. We got Boomer Belly for MVP. Craig, clean innings are overrated from BC. We got Muncy's walk-up song should be the theme from Get Smart for Maxwell Smart. Just Beat It. Yankees, Kimbrel's new walk-up song, Kermit's It's Not Easy Being Green. Trevor Bauer's come back after suspension. I don't know, man. I really don't know, to be honest with you. Voodoo Child should be Kimbrel's song. I say we run with Vargas and Lux next season from Andrew Arias over on YouTube. Give It Away by Red Hot Chili Peppers. We got BC Doug Bobblehead Night, Joe Bennett. That'd be pretty cool. Hate Me Now from Nas and Nas and P. Diddy. That's from I.E. Doyer. That's fire. Rob Manfred is an asset if you take off the E.T. Good one. I'll give you a finisher for that one. And a fire take.
Finish him. Fire take.
There's a fire take from my man. Characters over there. Rob Manfred is an asset if you take off the ET. Hey, man, you guys bring it all night, and after the game, be sure to try a nice Jim Beam. Guys, the Jim Beam fire right here. You got the Jim Beam highball. Man, can't wait to crush one of these right after the show. But a couple more guys. Dave Made, LOL. I made D-Mac chuckle. Hey, man, you guys always make me laugh, man. D-Mac for closer, he always gets it done. Hey, man, look, I just got to try him out here and slam the door shut. Give you guys Lose Yourself by Eminem. Yeah, you guys are just losing it tonight. I love it, man. You guys are killing it. But, yeah, guys, we got a game tomorrow. Ryan Pepio, be sure to be on it. And, the Dodgers continue to dominate. I mean, what more can you say about this team? I mean, what more can you say? What would be a good song? Maybe Till I Collapse for Eminem. That'd be a dope song, Till I Collapse, because he's probably going to collapse. So, I mean, but a shot down by Flames. Who do you trust? Lux at shortstop. Moose 1032. I think when you look at offensively, I think if you can guarantee this offensive production, we've seen, look, Derek Jeter, was he a good shortstop defensively? The answer is no, but he was consistent offensively for a long period of time, and I think with Gavin Lux, I think he can hold it down at short. I really do. I think Jacob Amaya is a guy that a lot of people wondered how would he fare at the AAA level, but I don't think that offensively he's going to be able to hit big league pitching, and that's kind of the big question. So I do think it is a worthwhile contingency plan, but this Dodgers organization, they have told us for years, from being linked to Francisco Lindor, from offering Corey Seager $290 million to trading for Trea Turner, that they want a premium shortstop. So they value that position because it's such an important position out there on the diamond. So, I do think it's a big question as to do they trust Lux in those moments, because we know that he can have an occasional error. But I do think the move is to sign Trea Turner, put Lux at second base where he's comfortable at. Doug, why didn't the Dodgers get a starting pitcher at the deadline? To answer your question, is because the market was too crazy. I mean, it was absolutely insane. It was like trying to get a PS5. By the way, by the time I get a PS5, they're probably going to have PS7s out. And the market was wild, and you didn't have a lot of guys out there that really would have replaced some of these Dodgers starters in the rotation. Yes, Luis Castillo, he would have been a guy that would have moved the needle. He's a guy that you would say unequivocally it would be one of the best top 4 starters in the Dodgers rotation. He is a game 1 of the NLCS, game 1 of the World Series type pitcher, but Frankie Montas, dealing with the shoulder injury, already got rocked. I think before the injuries, the success he was having, I think Frankie Montas is a guy that I would have considered trading for. If you look at what they gave up to get him, a pretty big haul. I mean, if you look at what they gave up to get, the Mariners gave up to get Castillo, 3 of their top 5 prospects, that is a big-time asking price. And other than that, a Pablo Lopez, he's a guy that, to me, when you consider the fact that he's dealt with shoulder injuries 3 of the last 5 seasons, he's a guy that's already set a career high in innings pitched and really his ERA has ballooned in July and early August. I think there was just no one out there that would have changed things tremendously that was available. And like Andrew Friedman always says, the price is astronomical at the deadline. And I just think there was no one out there that made a lot of sense. And, I think they're banking on the fact that some of these guys are going to come back and perform well. I think that a lot of Dodger fans out there, including myself, said, hey, I want a shiny new toy. I said earlier that it's like you're driving home with your mom and you see McDonald's. And you're like, Mom, I want to go to McDonald's. I want to get the Happy Meal. I want to get the toy. And your mom's like, no, we have food at home. But your mom happens to be a 3-star Michelin chef, and you have gourmet food at home, and the food at home is better than the Happy Meal at McDonald's. So the Dodgers have that quality. They have the Dustin May. They have the Walker Buehler potentially coming back, and I do think that those guys are going to come back and perform well. But here we go. What is your exactly? We got DMAC versus Dodgers versus Yankees in the World Series. Thanks for rocking with us, DMAC. Yeah, thanks, guys. As always, Craig, how's it going, man? Pepio is going to be a big-time pitcher. That's Craig Osterberg, always rocking with us on the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Moose, Mariners ruined the trade deadline by paying all that and being desperate. Yeah, I mean, the fact that that deal occurred the Friday before the Tuesday really set the market high. But, I mean, it's not like you had a Max Scherzer out there that was on an expiring contract or someone like that, even a Yu Darvish or a Justin Verlander. Sometimes a lot of these trades are dependent on the timing of these deals. I mean, the Dodgers, they were in talks for potentially trading for Lance Lynn in the 2020 season, they didn't do that. So sometimes you don't make the move and you end up on top anyway. Sometimes the best moves are the ones that you do not make. But Doom_South says, D-Mac, I would have liked to see Vargas play third while he was on the roster. Yeah, I mean, he's going to have plenty of time. Cowboy, 5 rings. What's up, man? Butane and Big Red could piggyback Boomer Assassin. Great point right there. D-Mac, what do you think of the Dodgers-Mets series coming up? I think it's going to be an exciting series for baseball. I hope everyone's healthy. I hope you get the matchups you want, and I think that for baseball in general, it's going to be somewhat of a barometer, somewhat of a litmus test. I mean, anytime those two teams face off, they're going to want to bring their A game, but the reality is it's a regular season game in the dog days of August. So, I mean, that's just the reality of it. It's not like, oh, whoever wins this series is going to have the edge in October. But I think it's good for both teams, especially the Dodgers, to really keep their focus sharp considering the cushion that they are building. And I think they're going to want to go into New York and show, hey, we are the best team in not only the National League, but in all of Major League Baseball. But, guys, I can sit in here and hang out and talk baseball with you all night. But that is going to do it for tonight's episode of the Dodgers Nation postgame show. Thanks for rocking with us. As always, your Dodgers, they get the dub once again, a season-high 9 games in a row. That is what the winning streak is at. My final thoughts are, this Dodger team just continues to dominate. They are like a machine out there. One of my biggest takeaways is don't let anyone call the Dodgers a big 3. They are a Fab 4 when you include Will Smith. Julio Urias, he's absolutely the underrated Urías of Major League Baseball. He deserves more love. That ERA down to 2.49 continues to twirl gems. And other big takeaway too, Max Muncy, Cody Bellinger. I think that we saw stints with these two players, and we said, okay, Cody Bellinger, the multi-home run game, first time since late April, 15th of his career. Is it for real? Then we see Max Muncy, the home run he hit when he owned Tony La Russa. Is he going to turn the corner then? But this looks sustainable. 6 extra base hits in August. He's 9 for his last 23, hitting .391, a 6-game hitting streak. Before that, it was at 3 games. So I think Muncy, who I always say, Muncy is like that he's the Texas guy, right? Looks like he could be a Pro Bowl middle linebacker. He's that barbecue sauce to the Dodgers' ribs. When he is right, just makes everything better, and he's going to really change things, and I think that could be one of the biggest developments late in this season, along with getting Dustin May and Walker Buehler and Blake Trinan back, who, by the way, I might add, Brusdar Graterol and Blake Trinan both threw 20 pitches in a sim game today. Rehab starts Friday, so things are heading in the right direction for Blake Trinan. But, yeah, guys, a couple more comments, and we will head out. Thank you always for the blue train. D-Mac, yeah, thanks. Another dope one, D-Mac. Yeah, thanks, guys, as always. Thanks for rocking with us. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. That's at DMac_LA. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Smash that like button. Remember, nothing brings us together quite like Dodgers baseball. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
It's time for